welcome back to Final Girl. We're playing Camp Happy Trails. Laurie, I should say, versus Hans. Alright, let's get into it. The first thing we do, of course, is the action phase, where we play action cards. And as you can see, we don't have a lot of them. But we are going to play the sprint card first, and maybe we're going to use this. I don't know, because we do want to move as much as possible. If we get 2 successes, we can move up to 3 spaces. It would be awesome. Even 1 success is move 2. We definitely want to do that. So let's go ahead, get out the dice tray here, and we're going to see how many successes we get. We're still sitting at 2 dice on the horror track, and come on, double successes. Oh, that really sucks. Oh man, whoops, as I throw my cards all over the place. Well, this is terrible. Let's go ahead and play after any horror roll to re-roll any 1 die, or for 2 time we can re-roll all dice. Do we want to blow 2 time to re-roll all dice on sprint? Because we could get no successes. I think we're gonna just re-roll any 1 die. So we're going to do that. We're going to re-roll, I guess, the one that was a 1. Come on, we need a success here. We need a success. And we get a success. Oh, man. All right, and we can discard 2 cards to get another success, but we only have 1 card. So we get 1 success. Now, taking a look at sprint, 1 success, move up to 2 spaces, lose 1 time. So from 6 down to 5 time. But we can move 2 spaces. Let's get on the board here and get moving 2 spaces. All right, we want to move 2 spaces, and I think, oh boy, what we're going to do is we're going to move 1 down here, and then we're going to move back for our 2nd space, and we're going to take the 2 victims with us. So we're going to try and drag all the victims as far away from Hans as we can, remembering that if there's 2 in a space, he kills both of them with 1 shot. That was pretty horrible. Now we do have 1 card left, focus. We could try to do this, or we can just end our turn. We're sitting at 5 time. That would be a lot of buying power. But I think we're going to go ahead and play focus. We're going to go ahead and play focus. We're just going to roll 2 dice, and we're going to let the chips fall where they may. All right, let's get out the dice tray and roll this up. Alright, we're playing the focus card, and 2 dice, and whoa, I was getting worried. We got 1 success. If we take a look at our focus card, 1 success means the horror track goes back 1 towards the green zone, but we lose 1 time. So we're sitting at 4 time. Alright, we are out of action cards, so I don't think we can do anything else. We're now into the planning phase, where we can purchase action cards. Keep in mind, we have 4 now that we can use for purchase power. Let's go to the tableau and get some cards. All right, we have 4 purchase power, and we're just going to go ahead and grab all the zeros. There's 1, 2, 3, there's 5 zeros. We got short rest, weak attack, walk, and focus. We can grab all these. They cost 0. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, we have a hand limit of 10. But, yeah, and 4, wow, what do we want to do? Is the killer might get to us. Oh, dear. So we have 4 to spend. We're going to buy another sprint for 2. That costs us 2 time. And we have 2 time left. We can do a search, or we can get a guard, I think, or search or guard is what we can get, or we can just get the last one of these. I think for, oh man, are we going to do a search? Are we getting close to anywhere we can search? We're getting close to the utility shed for the whistle. So I think we're going to grab the search card for 2. And that taps us out as far as purchasing goes. So our hand for next time is going to be a search, a sprint, a short rest, weak attack, walk, and focus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 7 cards that we can play next time. So at the end of the planning phase, of course, the time goes back to 6. And then we get to the killer phase. Good old Hans. Well, what he's going to do is he's going to target the final girl or a victim and attack them for 2 damage. But Of course, let's take a look on the board. He is not in a space with the final girl or any victims, so that's not going to happen. Now, as you can see, Hans is sitting down here just looking for victims, but there's none in his space, so he will not be doing any attacking. However, the next thing we do in the killer phase is we draw a terror card, and here we have our terror card, and it's He Wants Fresh Blood. If there are no victims on the board, well, there's lots of victims on the board, discard and draw the next terror card. Otherwise, he targets the final girl. He moves 2 steps towards them and attacks. Oh dear me, maybe we should have got a guard card, but we didn't. Oh no, sorry, he targets not the final girl. He targets a victim. Oh my goodness, so we can do this right here. So he basically is going to move 2 boots, and for each boot that he can move right now, let me just readjust the camera. So he's going to target victims. Alright, so readjusting the camera so we can see things a little bit better. He's going to target victims. Well, he's got 4 victims 2 away, or he's got 1, 2, 3. He's going to go, of course, this way, and he gets to move 2 boots. And for each boot, you can see here, he moves 1 space. So he will move 2 spaces, 1, 2. And now he's sitting here with the final girl and 4 victims. And I do believe he attacks the victims if he can, and he will. And so he does 1 attack on the card. You can see here we got the 1 knife symbol. He does 1 attack for 2 damage. Each victim, of course, only has 1 health. So, he gets rid of 1 of them. And they go to the dead spot. We'll just readjust camera, do that. And we remember that we have star-crossed lovers when exactly 2 victims are in a space. Well, guess what? They aren't. We have 4 victims in that space. And he has just slain 1. So let's see what we do when we slay a victim. Alright, when Hans slays a victim, we put the dead body here in the little dead zone on the horror track. It's just kind of off screen there. And his bloodlust goes up 1 tick for every victim he takes out. So he's still at 1 movement for boots and 2 for attack. If we get to here, the horror track is going to go up as well. So we don't want him killing people necessarily. It's a bad thing. Oh goodness. Alright, that was it. Now, if a victim, terror card. So now we're into the panic phase. So if a victim was killed this turn, panic all the victims in the killer's space. So guess what? All of those victims are going to freak out and try and run away. Let's go to the map and see what happens. Alright, so Hans is here with the final girl and 3 victims. All 3 of these victims are going to freak out and try and run away. And so we are going to roll... oh man, how are we going to do this? Let's see if I can get the dice tray in there. Yeah, we get the dice tray in here. So each one, we're going to start with the first one. And rolls a 2. So if we consult the map itself, 1 to 4, this one runs up here. I'm just going to put these guys over here for now. We do this for each one. I'm going to take them off the board completely. Alright, so the first victim ran away crazily. The second one goes 2 as well. It's going up here. They're all running away from the killer because, well, of course. And the third one also 2. Wow, 3 2s in a row. They all run up here, which is actually a good thing. That leaves Lori and the killer Hans in the same space. So that was the panic phase. And now it's the upkeep phase. Reveal the finale. If no terror cards are left, and rearrange items. Well, we're going to discard this terror card. We still have 8 terror cards remaining, so we do not reveal the final showdown thing for Hans. And that's basically the end of our turn. I know it was short. Like I said, I'm just trying to get a video up a day, so I'm going to zoom out. We're going to wrap up our episode for today. And that's going to end off our episode for today. So, oh man, the final girl grabbed a bunch of victims, tried hauling them away, but boy, oh boy, Hans was getting pretty nasty there, and he showed up and laid her down on 1. So we have 1 victim here, which pumped up the bloodlust. We're not in real danger there yet, but it's going to get uglier as we go. And of course, we're sitting at 3 here on the horror track. We get into, oh, I think I did that the wrong way. It should have gone this way. Bloodlust makes the horror track go this way towards the red. My error, it should be there. So 2 dice, we're heading on our way toward one die. That is bad news. So we have search, we have sprint, we have short rest, weak attack, walk. We have a weak attack. We could attack. Oh dear, we could attack him and try and do some damage to him. I don't know what we're going to do next time. We'll find out. So yeah, we are in a bit of trouble. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, and likes. This is Final Girl. We're playing Camp Happy Trails, and it's Laurie versus Hans. And wow, did he ever sneak up on us and take out a victim. So thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. The continuation, Camp Happy Trails, Laurie versus Hans. But of course, at the end of the planning phase, we were supposed to return the played cards to the tableau, and I completely phased out and didn't do that. So focus is a 0. We played sprint, which will go back in the tableau now, and we also played close call. So there we have it. Had to replace the cards at the end of the planning phase, which I didn't. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Continuation, Camp Happy Trails, Laurie versus Hans. But of course, one more correction. Oh boy. All right, so we focused, which brought the horror track down to 3. Hans slayed a victim, and it says here, every victim you slay gets 1 horror track tick. So he went up 1. This should have gone back to 4. I moved it to 5. I don't know what I was thinking. So anyway, it should be at 4. I think everything's been corrected now. At least I hope so. Always check the comments in my videos for anything else. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time. Camp Happy Trails, Laurie versus Hans.